Two.
There
we are.
What's up, Irators? Welcome to episode 4 of Iration's The Uplifter. My name is Drake Peterson, and for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is our weekly live stream. We are here every single Friday at 3:20 Pacific time, or if you're in the mountains, it's 4:20, so go ahead and spark up. We are here to pause and stop all the negativity, cut out all the really bad, awful news, and bring you positivity, good stories, and hopefully make you laugh if we can do our best. Boys, how's everybody doing? Is it as hot over there as it is here in Los Angeles?
It's warm.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's roasting today.
It's roasting. And Joe, I'm a huge fan of your hat right now, and I need one of those because I need a haircut pretty bad.
Well, it's good for doing yard work, which I was just doing. So,
Adam, I saw that you got a haircut from your girlfriend, Haley.
Yeah, I had a quarantine cut that actually worked out pretty well for me. Surprisingly, we were using a pair of gardening pruning shears that are really small and really sharp. But yeah, it kind of worked. I haven't really seen the back, really, but it was just so long it needed to be done. So, and
it's pretty simple. You just get kind of like a salad bowl and just kind of pop it on.
You just pop it right on. Yeah, they just like go right around. Yeah,
and just kind of trim around the edges. It's pretty simple.
It was a sheer success.
Oh man.
MB,
Jesus, MB.
MB, I lost the challenge from you. You tagged me in something and said if I don't respond within 24 hours, I have to put a bowl on my head and get a bowl haircut. So maybe next week we do that live.
Let's do it.
I'd love to see that.
All right, so there's a lot of news that we got going on right now. Yesterday, there was a huge announcement that not only revealed the first single off the album Koston, but it also revealed not one, but 2 features. So the phrase right here, right now, which we've been using every single week for another promotion, is the name of the first single, and it's featuring Eric Rachmani of Revolution and Stick Figure. Yeah. Woo! So it comes out next Friday, May 1st at midnight, which happens to be the same day as pre-ordering starts for the album. So when you're on Spotify or iTunes pre-ordering Koston, you can be listening to Right Here, Right Now at the exact same time. And in about an hour, you can actually listen to the world premiere of the song on Sirius XM Radio, channel 42, which is the joint. It's the Cali Roots Radio. So that's going to start at around 4 o'clock, and the song's going to be spun at about 5 o'clock on the second hour, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So go and check that out. Channel 42 of Sirius XM Radio.
Check it out.
Yeah. Poosh, do you want to talk a little bit about this, about the song? Let everybody know about it.
Sure. Yeah, it's a song that's kind of it's a pretty reggae-driven song, I would say. You know, how roots reggae. It's got a shuffle beat. It's got horns, and we wanted to make a song that involved. We want to obviously, like, on this new record, we have some features. We haven't announced all of them yet, but this would be the first of a few. And we really wanted a song that kind of just ignited, the people that have been longtime Iration listeners, kind of the reggae heads. I guess you would say the Cali Roots crowd and the general reggae crowd across the country. And what better way to do that than to bring together, Revolution, Stick Figure, Iration all in one song. I think we've done it before on Smoking Love, the remix, but we haven't done it on like an original song. And I think it's pretty dope. I think you guys are gonna like it. I think it's also fitting for the kind of the time that we're in right now, obviously, which is, we're all quarantining. At this point, we don't have to keep saying that, but it's like, it's really about a time to kind of enjoy the present, enjoy what you have, the things that you do are blessed with having, and then when we are finally let out, like they show those videos of the cows that are left into the pasture for the first time after being like held inside of captivity, and they're like galloping on the grass and like jumping and bucking. It's like that when we finally get out of our houses, we're all going to enjoy it that much more and be thankful for all the things, right? I think everybody should feel that way.
Oh yeah.
And be thankful for all the little things, like just being able to step out of the house and go grab a smoothie or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I think that the song is fitting. I think that Eric and Scott from Stick Figure both killed it, and I think we're all really, really stoked on the song in general. So yeah, we're excited for you to hear it.
Yeah. So remember, you can listen to that in about an hour or so on channel 42, The Joint. I'm not a Sirius XM guy. Do you guys know if we'll be able to watch it or listen to it streaming if we don't have an account? Or do we have to just go jump into someone's car?
I can chime in. I think it's free right now because of all the quarantine stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. So go
Very cool.
Maybe able
subscribe.
to go to XM, SiriusXM.com or something like that. Whatever their website is and listen and stream it on the internet.
Or if you can buy a new car right now, it usually comes with the
Yeah,
car.
If you have to get a new car in the next hour.
I'm still on my XM subscription, so I'm going to go to the car and listen.
Excellent. So once again, that the Koston album comes out on July the 10th, and the pre-order starts next Friday, which is also the same day as the new single, Right Here, Right Now. And we are still taking submissions for fans to send pictures of them holding a sign saying "Right Here, Right Now," or if you have a cat, you can have them with a sign that says "Right Here, Right Meow," like I was doing today. Thanks, MB, for that idea. It was brilliant. This is the last weekend we are taking them. So that means you only have 3 more days left to send that in. 3 more days. So go ahead and send us all those pictures. You can go to irationmusic.com/RHRN. And there we go. There's the picture. Right here, right meow. That's my cat, Tywin, for all you Game of Thrones fans.
Obviously looking at a treat.
Yes, I was. He's able to sit on command and speak. So that was actually not that hard to shoot the picture. And also, we still have our Koston merch sale, 30% off. 30% off. You know, maybe buy your girlfriend something, your boyfriend, your husband, wife. Buy them a little something. My favorite's the chill out beer shirt.
Oh yeah,
it's the best. All right, now let's get to the drop. All right, it's time for us to do our meme challenge. Today's theme is Micah Brown. So we're all going to do a nice little slow roast of our boy Micah Brown on the count of 3. Okay, 1, 2, let's roast.
Let us roast.
Oh shit! Hold on. Oh shit! Oh shit!
He's going back. That's me.
I didn't have it loaded. Give me a second, fellas.
I'll just move over here.
Oh my god!
Hey Drake, scoot out the picture. Let me see that one. That's a good one of you, MB. Were you performing somewhere that night?
MB, you're muted. We can't hear you.
My great grandma was a rockhead, so yeah.
Oh, very cool. Jody, scoot over. Your hat's kind of blocking. Let's see what's going on over there. You didn't have it queued, huh? Oh, there he is.
Oh,
you can't. It's all blocked off. But
why did it take so long to do?
Oh, they weren't ready.
Technical difficulties. MB, are you losing a lot of money now that you're not performing in Vegas since they've shut it down?
So MB, let's talk about what year was that for that haircut, man? That hair is something.
That's
something
about.
fierce.
That's like 2003.
Oh my god!
And how long did it take you to grow that beard out?
I mean,
look at that baby face! Wow.
Look at that little goatee chin strap.
My fucking god.
Oh.
Oh boy, I'm having trouble here, guys.
Oh, there we go, Koston.
He's sideways.
This is too much fun.
I did not have it loaded.
I still think my favorite one is one that Adam has, because Adam, that one we float that picture around and put it everywhere, and that one's
Yeah,
just
it can be used in so many ways. It's truly a gift that just keeps on giving to everyone.
I have that exact meme of you with your face on there. So.
Oh, perfect. Maybe next week we'll share.
I
Well,
wish
it's
Not
like
letting me load it.
it's like
so,
Adam.
guys, I'm-
Next week, let's do Adam. He's that we'll slow roast Adam next
Mike
week.
has got a nice head start on that.
Yeah.
All right. What is going on with this guy? All right, Jake, let's get out to it.
Let's pick a winner right now. Who's our?
I'm just gonna leave it.
Dude,
Just leave it.
that Naco drop is so good.
Maybe that one still wins.
I can't.
Holy shit.
I can't not do it. I just had to. I'm sorry. I was there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna vote. I'm voting for Adam's pick.
So
That's my
funny.
favorite.
I'll take it.
Anybody else?
Some of these are so good. Sorry, I'm just catching up. I was lost in the sauce there for a second.
Who should you
Did you-
declare the winner today?
You know what? I think it's got to be Adam. Adam's one.
Adams wins.
All right.
Thank
Adam.
you, guys. Drink it in one last time.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
No,
Bravo.
leave it up, man.
Bravo.
Yeah. And
All right,
for you
well-
guys that weren't with us in the previous episodes, this is a way we spend time on tour making memes of each other and putting ourselves on funny faces. So, as you can see, we've all got a few favorites.
Well, tune in next week to see us roast Adam, who
Yeah.
is also the winner. All right, well, let's get to some uplifting stories. One of the whole reasons that we are here. All of these stories that we are going to be telling you about today, you can access all of them either on our website at irationmusic.com or in the description section below if you're watching on the YouTube. So today we are going to have Mr. Micah Push start.
Oh shit. Okay. Already. Let me just do it back here. Are we not swearing on this or what?
Well, I
What's the
mean,
deal?
there's been a couple F-bombs and some shit, so I guess it's whatever we want
Damn
to
it,
do.
Micah.
All right.
God damn
so my my article is, as you know, I'm a big 49ers fan, and we lost the Super Bowl. But we actually won the Super Bowl because we saved thousands and thousands of lives by losing the Super Bowl. Because if San Francisco would have had a Super Bowl parade, which they had a parade for the Warriors, and there was like a 1.5 million people or something crazy in the city. So if the Niners would have had a Super Bowl party, the COVID was already in the Bay Area, like circulating at that point, like well circulating. It would have been in mid-February, and it would have if they had an influx of like even 500,000 to 1 million people in the city, it could have infected like a gigantic portion of the population in Northern California. So the San Francisco 49ers actually still winning when they lost. And, it's a blessing in disguise. So thank you.
I can literally see Kaysen just cringing right now.
Go Cowboys.
What?
We them boys, baby.
What?
No, dog. The Cowboys don't have anything to do with this, doggy.
All right, well, I'm glad you got to talk about sports for a little bit. You got it all out of your system. Adam, what do you got for us?
All right, cue me up, X. Mine's actually kind of a follow-up on what you talked about in Los Angeles with the air pollution, Drake.
Yes.
But it's kind of on an international level, and it's just been really cool. CNBC just shared photos from around the world of kind of before and after, and just to show that how air pollution has dropped to these crazy, unprecedented levels across the world. And it's just kind of cool to see. I mean, I know that as soon as quarantine's lifted, we're inevitably going to go kind of back towards that. There's really no way around it at this point, but and see how things could be, with less use and less carbon footprint. And like for me specifically, it kind of made me think about, being inside. We've been cooking a lot more. I touched on the Farm Card Organic box last week and getting local produce and like what do you after quarantine. And I think for me, one of them is appreciating like being able to cook at home, being able to get fresh food locally. I'm still going to support my local business when I get out, but it's just something that I'll continue to do when I get out of quarantine. So just food for thought once you're done with this.
In Los Angeles, the air pollution, I can tell people are going out more. So it's like from my house, I got a pretty good view of the city, and it's like, oh, the smog is coming back. So it's like people need to just stay at home, man.
Food for thought.
Mm-hmm. Food for thought.
So my story's next, and all of us are obviously musicians, concert goers, and since Cali Roots was canceled, or not canceled, but moved to October, they're hosting the isolation sessions, which are happening tonight, starting at 6. So right after you watch or listen to The Joint, you can go check this out. It's got a bunch of great performers like Aaron from Duran Jones, Rachmani from Reb, G-Love, Hyrie, Howie from Ballyhoo, just, the Expendables, Through the Roots. So it's going to be a bunch of really awesome performers. And the best thing is you can donate. The organization is called the Last Prisoner Project, which is essentially it's a bunch of cannabis companies that are all banding together to help people who are in jail for cannabis-related crimes. So tune into that today at around 6 o'clock and watch some music.
Job will provide, all right?
Job provide. Jojo, what you got for us?
So, X-Man, keep me up. Eminem has been donating mom's spaghetti to hospitals around the Detroit area to contribute to the frontline workers, the people that are treating people with COVID. And it says mom's spaghetti. He hasn't posted anything about it. He's just did it, and that's it. Apparently it's pretty good. Right on, Marshall.
Yeah, Marsh.
Yeah, Marsh.
Shout out Marshall.
I think I've heard Poosh rap that a few times. Mom's spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti.
Knees weak, arms is heavy, the vomit on the sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
There you go. That's it.
You have to do it with a list for some reason.
You got to do the list.
It's not as good.
Shingy. All right. Well, Koston, what do you got?
Hey, what up? Mine is a YouTube vid.
Kentucky Fried Koston over there.
Yeah, how's MB doing in my background there? Serving it up.
I look like I'm singing that rap with a lisp.
So as you all know, I'm in Hawaii, and this last week we got a rare out of season northwest swell, and the North Shore of Oahu got really good. And this YouTube series is Koa Rothman. It's called This Is Livin'. And he pretty much just gets a really big barrel and some uplifting stuff, y'all. The waves were good over here. I'm on the Big Island. Not that good, but not as good as that wave. But
what's it like being inside a barrel, Case?
It's weird. You just kind of go inside of the wave and then come out of the wave. Then you come up and you
hit the lip and just
Shaka Case.
No, it's good stuff. They're still letting people surf over here, so that's still allowed. You just aren't allowed to congregate on the beach, but if you can get to the ocean, then you're allowed to do that. So it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We've got Ventura's been closed, but Santa Barbara's been open, I believe. Oxnard is kind of some are closed, some aren't. But yes, it's There are a few places you can bike to from my house, but yeah, on the most part, everything's closed over here. So we're not getting to surf like you guys in Hawaii, but very jealous.
Luckily, the beaches on the Big Island there's a lot more that are harder to get to, and you can go by yourself. So it's nice.
Micah Brown, what you got for us?
My uplifting story this week was in regards to the cast of Parks and Recreation reconvening for a special that's going to air this, I think, next week on NBC. And they're going to be like taking donations to contribute to Feeding America. So I think they're matching up to like $500,000 worth of donations, and they're giving that all to Feeding America to help feed some of the less fortunate going through these hard times right now. And I mean, what better way to use your art and your life's passion to turn it for good? I feel like it's cool to have the whole cast agree to come back. I mean, there's some fire names on that cast. If you look back, like Chris Pratt, for instance, is like a global superstar now, and he was like pretty much a nobody when he started that show. So it's really cool to see all these kind of celebs that are coming back for like a reunion. And I love the show. I never actually made it all the way through, but I'll definitely be tuning in for that.
Dude, you got to finish it. It's so good.
Definitely.
All right. Well, those are all of our stories. And remember, you can access all of these stories on irationmusic.com or in the description section below. Shall we get to some Q&A? Let's do some Q&A. So remember, all of these questions that we're going to be reading today have all been completely submitted to us on our hotline, which the number, if you would like to text or leave a voicemail, is 805-225-6886. Again, that's 805-225-6886. And our first question today comes from iRater's Facebook group. It says, do you still get nervous before performances? What traditions or pre-show rituals do you have? Who wants to hit this one? We definitely have many.
Yeah, it depends. I think it's funny. Like the shows I tend to get more nervous for are if you don't know if there's going to be, it's like a market you haven't hit before, or maybe a smaller, or like a radio gig, where you're playing acoustic, kind of stripped down in front of like 30 people or something. That's usually, I'll be more nervous for that than, let's say, like Del Mar or like playing at the OC Fair or something.
Yeah, I think in general, like for the band altogether, we like to do what we call a Gronk session when we're on tour, and named after Rob Gronkowski. So we like to Gronk the beat in the front lounge of the bus pretty hard before we head to stage together. So I feel like that's definitely one of the more fun aspects of touring.
What kind of songs do you like to Gronk with, MB?
I'm personally like a Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, T Swift kind of guy.
Very T Swift. Yeah,
I'm more of a Britney Spears, "Hit Me Baby One More Time" type guy.
He will not take stage without that song being played twice.
And shout out to our favorite tequila, Don Julio. We like to shoot that before we go on. It definitely
no free ads, man. No free ads.
Oh, it's not.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa,
we don't drink. Everyone's sober.
Yes.
All right. What else? What's next?
Moving on. Okay.
How do you all feel about being approached by fans in public? Are you okay even if the fan is socially awkward but a little fangirlish? Asking for a friend. That was from our hotline on 805-225-6886.
I don't know. Adam, right?
Oh my God. It's time. Tell the story, Joe. Tell the story.
Adam, right? No, I think it's okay.
I wasn't there.
I think we're always happy to meet fans. I mean, it's just cool. It's kind of validates when you're in a city out there, playing music, grinding. So it's cool. I'm always cool with that. How about you, Drake?
Well, I mean, honestly, I fit in. I look like a regular white guy. So unless I'm around the radius of the venue, I won't get noticed. But like I've seen Poosh walk around because you stick out. So you definitely, I see you get stopped.
I've
quite a bit.
noticed that if Drake wears the same loud shirt like Live from Paradise that he wore while playing after and is walking within a 1 mile radius of the venue, he will get approached.
Yes.
And then he also always has to carry around this boombox playing Iration songs.
Yeah.
And then he wears that sign around his neck that says, "I'm in the band."
There's also
his trumpet.
and
He's got his trumpet in the other hand.
Then he hangs out in
Literally
the
trolling.
venue like an hour before showtime. It's really weird, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
he
To
says
each
he's
his own, I
warming up,
suppose.
but hey. Yeah.
To each his own, I suppose. You know, whatever.
Well, the best story is when we were in Sacramento a few years ago and we were walking back from getting sushi, going back to the bus, and this woman stops in the middle of the road.
It was like a screeching stop.
A screeching stop. She's in the middle of an intersection. She goes, "Adam, right?" And then Adam's like, he waves. Adam waves, and she goes, "We partied in Chico."
And then just like buzzed off in like a split. And me and Drake looked at each other and we're like, dude. And every time now when I get into an Uber, the guy goes, "Adam, right?" And it always keeps happening.
It's become a meme.
It is. It's good.
Adam, right?
Adam, right? Well, we'll definitely show some Adam Wright memes next week since we'll be roasting him. All right.
Let us pray.
For our next question. Besides stay the course, which is very much appreciated, what advice do you have to give when going through difficult situations? On the Iration hotline.
I would say talk about it. I mean, don't be afraid to talk to somebody about it, whether that's a friend, a family member, a therapist, a whatever. Somebody. It's always good to talk it through, get it out of your system. If you hold everything in, then it festers and gets worse and worse and worse, and you end up making it worse in your own mind than it sometimes the thing actually is, because we'll run through it and just think about it and kind of obsess over it. So I always think it's like, if you have something that's bothering you or you're going through something difficult, it's just best to just kind of talk with somebody about it, get off your chest, like go through everything that you're worried about. And once you kind of do that, it kind of eases everything, I think.
Totally agree with that. Glass half full, kind of like go get some exercise, positive mental attitude.
Do something that like you're able to mentally check out and just kind of set yourself to some sort of task that makes you happy or fulfills you in some way, you know, and reset your mind a little bit and don't lose hope.
Yeah, be optimistic.
Physical activity is always good for that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, those are all of our questions that we have for today. If you have any questions that you want to ask, you can always hit us up at 805-225-6886, or you can even send us a message on Instagram. We usually get to those, so you can just ask away. And now we're going to be doing a media share. Since obviously we're all in quarantine, we're stuck at home, which you're supposed to be doing. So we're going to give you what we like to watch or what we like to listen to maybe give you some ideas for the next thing to watch on Netflix, or if you're podcasting or whatever it is that you want to do. So first up, we got Poosh.
Yeah, so my media share, Outer Banks on Netflix. It's like a mix of like the OC, if you guys remember that show, and the Goonies. So it's basically trash, but it's basically like brain candy. It's like a teen, like it's slightly edgy without going too far, and it's like about these kids that are in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and they're kind of like, there's like the Pogues who are like the kind of poor kids that live on one side of town, and then the Kooks who live on the other side of town. They're like the rich kids, and they're like surfers, fishermen, kind of a similar deal to what we're used to growing up in Hawaii or on the West Coast or whatever. And it's just like a bunch of like good looking teens that are played by like 30-year-old actors and actresses. It's basically, we just like it because it's kind of like brain candy. It's like you don't have to. We're like in the non-sleep deprivation mode, and we're like, you know, whenever you can get like 2 or 3 hours of just like flipping something on. We don't want to delve into some like true crime doc that's gonna like majorly bum you out right now. So we're get super emotionally invested in something. So for me, it's like something very light. It's easy viewing and it's entertaining. And then on a side note, we have twitch.tv/Iration live. We're gonna start live streaming some fun stuff on that. So if you're a Twitch watcher or a YouTube live watcher, twitch.tv/Iration live. You might catch your boy Poosh gaming we might do some other stuff on there. So check that out.
Poosh, what's your game of choice?
We play a lot of Fortnite, play some COD Warzone, play some FIFA. We'll play some golf. Shit, we can get on golf. There's a new golf game that has like the PGA Tour on it. So Ryan Haji, our friend, the photographer, was hitting me up about downloading that to play some golf with him. So whatever's clever, I'm down to download whatever game and play it if ever people want to watch it. And whenever I get a chance to do that in between naps and feeding, we'll do that.
Are you getting enough sleep, Poosh?
No. No. I feel like ass right now.
I just finished the Outer Banks season, the first season that's out. I actually can attest that it was a guilty pleasure watch. But my buddy Hunter, who's he works for the World Surf League, he was the stunt double for one of the surfers in it. So he was posting about it. So I watched that scene, which was on the first episode. And here we are 10 episodes later and 2 thumbs.
Yeah, plus it's
like
right at Haley's zone, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was filmed in Wilmington, and you can kind of see a lot of the just familiarities of places. The surfing stuff was filmed in Florida, like Jack's Beach area. So yeah, pretty cool.
Coming straight from the mayor of Wilmington's mouth, Adam. All right, what do you got for us?
Is it me?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to share this album that, so I kind of just got into Khruangbin through, I think they were opening up a tour for Tame Impala, and they just recently did a song or two, I think, with Leon Bridges, but it's pretty cool. They're a 3-piece from Texas, and it's kind of like psychedelic surf rock, but it's really bass heavy. And I was just watching an interview the other day, and she mentions how this guy called Scientist, he's a engineer producer in the Tough Gong kind of dub era of Jamaica. She referenced one of his albums as being her main inspiration for bass playing. And when you listen to their songs on this album, you can really kind of get that dub sense, and it's really cool to hear. And they just put out an album last year called Hasta El Cielo, and they brought Scientist in to do 2 of the dub remakes of the song. So it's really cool how it kind of went full circle. And Scientist talks about it, and he actually met them through Mikey Dread, who's another producer from United Kingdom, who we actually got to do a song with in the beginning of our career. But it just was really cool to see how it was kind of similar to us. I went full circle, where she used Scientist as kind of inspiration to get into bass and style her way of playing. And then fast forward to 2019, and she's got him engineering her song. So I thought it was really cool. And if you're a fan of our music or, dub or reggae, I think you'll really get into Khruangbin.
So she's a shredding bass player.
She's a shredding bass player, but very pocket, very just groovy.
Nice.
Like,
yeah,
I really dig it.
He's good. I've watched some videos. They're good.
It's interesting too. They wear they like to wear wigs on stage. Yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, really like psychedelic, but it's just good music to put on. I like it when I'm cooking, just not a lot of lyrics, just kind of like groovy background music-ish, which I like.
They got a cool EP with Leon Bridges too.
Yeah.
Texas Sun.
A minor G, mate. Check it out.
Check it out. All right, well, my share.
Check the release dates.
I'm a huge fan of Going Deep with Chad. He's like a Instagrammer and YouTube guy, and now he has a podcast called Going Deep with Chad and JT. These guys are like super stony, like surfers, and basically they got really famous by going to like city council meetings and asking for just the most ridiculous stuff. Like Jody, I know I've showed you some of these things and you laugh your ass off, but it's they'll go to these meetings and they'll ask for like a Paul Walker statue, or they'll like ask them to not ban like house parties, and it's completely ridiculous. It's very stony. If you're a surfer, you're like be completely obsessed with it. And so their podcast is sick. It's the two of them, and they have a lot of really cool guests. They were on Ellen. They have like Strider Wilson on there. It's absolutely hilarious. So just go check out the podcast. It's very entertaining.
Will do.
Will do. Jojo, what do you got?
Cue me up, X. I'm gonna just let this speak for itself.
Oh.
Snacks.
Is anyone out there familiar with Snack Girl?
Yeah, I think we're all familiar.
Who is this? Who is this?
That's me like every 5 minutes of quarantine. So
That's Jody in the front lounge of the bus at like 3 a.m.
I know. It's like
Enjoy.
you'll wake up at like 4:30 a.m. to pee, and you go out there and like Jody's like rummaging through the like
just get
the top
a
bins,
snack.
like looking for a snack.
Literally getting a snack.
He's got a handful of shredded cheese.
Maybe some nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe a spoonful of nut butter.
And cereal, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Joe, what's your favorite quarantine snack right now? What are you munching on?
Snack wise,
Yeah.
we've been doing tacos. We like cook whatever protein it is, and then you have tortillas. You heat the tortilla, everything's prepped. Cilantro, onion, hot sauce, guacamole, whatever. Easy, delicious.
It's like a taco station that's open all day.
Exactly.
Got the hat for it, man.
Pick your protein.
Love it.
He's got the hat and the tacos. I think we need to start calling him Jose.
Gracias.
Jose Dickens.
Koston, C-Money, what you got?
I chose a couple of quarantine movies here. Couple classics. The Dark Crystal is one, and Labyrinth is the other. Both Jim Henson movies. If you don't know who Jim Henson is, he did The Muppets. And yeah, these are just some great movies. Kind of trippy. Labyrinth stars David Bowie, kind of like in his prime, just killing it as Jareth the Goblin King.
Co-starring David Bowie's Bulls.
Jareth.
Fully clad in spandex and just crushing musical numbers.
I didn't really like those big bird things in Dark Crystal. What were those called? They're kind of scary.
Skeksis or Skeksis. Yeah, so the Dark Crystal is a good one too. Would recommend watching them. I guess not normally.
I guess.
I think he's trying to say do something to get under the influence and watch them.
Watch them not not as your normal self.
M. Bizzle, Mbop, Micah Brown. I can keep going.
I know Poosh has shouted out our friends from No Laying Up before. This is one of their YouTube series that I've been getting into. It's called Strapped, and it's cool because it kind of showcases like municipal courses and public courses and more the working man's blue collar kind of places to go if you're just a regular everyday guy that's not like traveling to play golf or doesn't have a membership. You know, they try and find courses that are more like the heart of a community kind of a place. And so they went to San Clemente Muni for episode 1, which is the spot I used to play when I used to live. I used to live off of the fairway on one of the holes right by the tennis courts off of the San Clemente Muni when I was renting an apartment down there years and years ago. So used to play that spot a lot and brought back good memories. But for anybody who's missing golf right now in quarantine and just wants some golf related content, these guys pretty much put out the best stuff that I've seen out there. They're pretty awesome dudes and good golfers, and you can see their games just getting better as they put out more content too, which is kind of cool. So
and featuring music by Micah Brown.
That's true. Yeah, the Southern California series has quite a few instrumental tracks from the Isle of Her, so it's kind of a cool little folky vibe for what they're doing with the SoCal series, and I think it fits right in. So yeah, check it out. DJ Pie, Neil, Big Randy, all those boys, good stuff. Keep it up.
Co-sign that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are all of our stories for today. All of these media shares, you can check them out on our blog at irationmusic.com or in the description section of this video below. And that pretty much concludes our show. I do want to say before we go that next week we have special guests coming up with us. Drum roll. Eric Rachmani of Reb. He's going to be coming on and talking about all things music and right here, right now. And before I send it off to our winner, Adam, I just wanted to remind everybody to go check out The Joint, Channel 42. It's starting right now, so go listen and enjoy the world premiere. Adam, send us off, my man.
Adam, right? Okay.
Adam, right?
Adam,
Bad news got you down. Join us on the Uplifter, 3:20 p.m. Pacific time, 4:20 Mountain time. We'll catch you next week again with special guest Eric Rachmani. See you next time.
Wow. Good job, buddy.
congrats.
Yeah.
You did it.
You did it, boy.
You did it.
You just did it.
Alex.